Welcome to Shadowbringers. Level 70 to level 80. The next expansion, the critically acclaimed expansion of Final Fantasy XIV. And we are here at the source, at the Crystal Tower, where yes, this expansion will start. Well, it won't exactly start here. We'll start back at the Scion base, but I thought it'd be a cool place for the intro, since I feel like this tower is going to play a big part into the story. But yeah, let's head over, shall we? And have a look. Before I go though, I do have a new thing to show you. I've got my new class, the Reaper. And I've turned my character into an edgelord with his hair. I like his hair quite a bit. I like what I did of it. I think it'll work quite well for Shadowbringers, hopefully. But yeah, here we go. I guess we'll find out what happens right now. This is the MSQ journey of Shadowbringers. Right, I think everyone has some new dialogue for me. So let's start with that, shall we? Our brothers and sisters have fallen, 'tis true, but duty will not afford us time to wallow in misery. Until they are returned to us, we must work twice as hard. That's right, Hoary Boulder. My brother says he will work twice as hard in the Scion stead, which likely means I must work thrice as hard if I am to match his pace. Right. In light of the present condition of the Scions, even Ryle has returned from a field. Never has there been a greater need to marshal our resources. I never realised just how critical a role the Archons played in all that we do here. It won't be easy to make up for their absence. You needn't worry about the Scions. Oka, my sister, and I have been keeping over them in shifts ever since they arrived at the Rising Stones. If only they would give some sign of stirring. If only. Yeah, but everyone's been hard at work while I've just been on holiday. I finally had my holiday. I look a lot better. I got the bronze tint out of my hair. Still not my natural hair color. I think my natural hair color is like green, so yeah. Grandfather doubts his ability to contribute to the Scions, and try as I might, I cannot assuage his doubts. Would that Homeri were here, he wouldn't know what to say. Yeah, they've all gone home, haven't they? Everyone labours tirelessly to fulfill the Scions' duty in their absence, and yet I sometimes wonder what worth yet remains in these old bones of mine. Indeed. Hi, Ryle. I thought war couldn't get any worse when the Garleans were gearing up for war. Then word reached at me, the Scions were in trouble. We need to find that beacon and find it quick. Yeah, I agree. Let's search for this beacon, but I think Tatari has found it because we're going to the Circus Trench, which is a reference to the actual Crystal Tower, which is kind of fucking awesome. So I'm wondering then if it wasn't actually that patch where you needed to go to Crystal Tower. Maybe it was to get into Shadowbringers, you have to do it before then. I wonder if there's new dialogue for it doing it now. I'm curious. I don't think there is, because no, it's not because, okay, never mind. I think he did have to do the previous patch and Crystal Tower, never mind. Because I just remember they were talking about it being shut, weren't they? Anyway, the Circus Trench. Tatari is itching to share what appears to be good news. Okay. Good news, Igbar. We've had a stroke of luck in our search for that beacon. Apparently, our colleagues have stumbled across a hidden path leading down to the hollows around the base of the Crystal Tower. Interesting. A path I doubt we ever found had the Ironworks and the Suns not added their numbers to the party. Thanks to them, we have eager eyes aplenty down there, checking under rocks and peering into every nook and cranny. Still, it sounds like there's a lot of ground to cover. What will you say? Then we better go and give him a hand. Sounds like tedious work. But not as tedious as waiting around, I suppose. Yeah, that one. He's an edgelord now. He's more edgy than he was in Heavensward. Exactly. So I was thinking we should go and lend a hand. The sooner we find this beacon, the sooner you can travel to wherever this mysterious voice is coming from. Yeah. And the sooner we can work out how to help our friend. We have to find a way to wake them up, and before the Empire comes calling again, meaning we have no time to lose. I agree. There's a boat in North Silvertier waiting to ferry people to the site, so let's be on our way. Oh, well, here we go. And the new quest sound effect. Oh, shit. Oh, I'm not ready for this. I don't think I'll ever be ready for this. Right, well, let's get over there. Just because I'm achy now doesn't mean I can't do my thumbs up transition, so here we go. Ah. Hello, fine gentlemen. Are you here to ferry me to the circus trench? Heading to the surveillance site. Heading to the survey site, sir. It's on the eastern shore of the lake, and the swiftest way to get there is by boat. Oh yeah. This isn't a new area, is it? No, it's not. Okay. Got some ironwork members here, I guess. The ironworks is out in force. Master Garland's orders. The Archons need our help. Next to that, even matters of the heart don't seem to matter. True. I'd say no slaving beasts in the vicinity. My sister accepted. Oh! I guess we have some sibling rivalry then. The towering edifice is the outer wall of Crystal Tower's foundation. The labyrinth for the ancients, to be precise. Yeah, I know, I went there. It was really cool. The air here weighs heavily upon me. Little wonder, I suppose, when standing in the shadow of such an imposing structure. Zigbar, the search continues, but I have no doubt we shall find this beacon of yours. I hope so. I've been promised a beacon. Not bacon, but a beacon.
Look how many people there are.
Yeah, everyone's working hard to try and bring back the Archons. I don't really blame them.
Should we get to it then? Pick up anything that seems the least bit device-like, and we'll make ourselves a pile.
Yeah.
Well, if it isn't the hero of the hour, maybe you'll change our look.
What?
We've found bugger all without you.
I didn't know Biggs was Irish. What the fuck?
Biggs! Wedge!
Biggs! Wedge! Oh, I forgot their relationship. Wow, the lack of relationship.
Well, we could hardly say no to a call for aid from the Scions. Jesse called it the chief of some other business. So we'll be working twice as hard to make up for his not being here.
Yeah, he's probably off doing something more important right now, like saving the world.
Thrice as hard, even.
Thank you, both of you. I'm sure we'll find that beacon in no time.
I mean, it has to be recognizable, right? It wouldn't just be like a piece of rock just buried in the trench. They said it was in the Crystal Tower, or close to the Crystal Tower. But I guess we'll have a look and try and find it.
I'm not seeing anything out here.
No.
Do you reckon you could squeeze in there, Wedge?
And get stuck halfway? No, thank you.
Two imbeciles.
I could try if you like.
No. Now it's your now.
No, we couldn't ask you to do that.
Oh, I'll be fine. This receptionist is not afraid to get her hands dirty.
Oh, yeah, one of my client settings is failed to load. That's good to know. What have I found? Oh, yeah, you know, the giant crystal? Oh, no, not that. What is this?
Sorry, I meant to say, the scholars haven't finished their preliminary assessment of the site yet, so we're not supposed to venture too far in.
I'm sure the Warrior of Light can handle like little laser grids or something.
What's that you got there?
It's got a gear symbol on it.
Now that looks promising.
Yeah.
Isn't that the Ironworks symbol? Counterfeiters?
Yeah, that looks similar. Are we actually going to be doing time travel? I was thinking we were, but... Oh!
Now I have you.
Oh, not now.
What's happening?
Oh, I'm about to be taken. Oh, prepare a bed for me.
Focus on my voice.
Oh! Oh!
Eon, become instant.
Oh, we are time traveling, I think, maybe.
Wait, this must be it. The device. Oh, this is supposed to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Throw wide the gates that we may pass.
I don't know what gates you're talking about, mate.
Safe journey, warrior of light. Find our friends and bring them home.
I will, Tatari. I'll bring them home. Well, I think I'm also going to be taken somewhere else, but... Shit! I didn't expect that to happen this quickly. It was really like, oh, you're going straight away to where you need to be. Oh. Oh. Oh, this is a nice place. Ishtola? Banquid? Alistair? No? Am I traveling through space and time? Oh, I'm definitely traveling through something. Whee! I'm a shooting star! It's everyone, but as crystals. Oh god, no! No! No, you can't! No! Fuck off!
This is one battle you cannot.
This guy has looked such devastation. Why is it even happening? We're just traveling through time and space. Yeah, that's the worry of light.
Everything was asked of us, and still it came to this.
I think I was right about the warrior of darkness. I think that's gonna be important for this. No. Is it Minfilia? Oh! You could have at least called. Well, you know, not through this way, I suppose. Oh, hello. I think that is Minfilia.
Your time has not yet come.
Hasn't it? No, that's the echo noise. That's what we were missing. We were transported. Is that me? No. It's the warrior of darkness. He's got his axe. Is this before his star was collapsed? Are we going to his star? There he is. I have no idea what's going on. I don't know what's happening. Oh. Oh god, I'm on like low poly grass. Oh, this is pretty. I can't believe how immediately they just throw us into this place. Care in the world.
From endless dreams I awake.
And into a luscious forest, I guess. What's going on with the sky, too?
Vague, yet urgent, calls me to action once more.
It's beautiful, wherever this place is. Who's that? Chocobo. We're definitely not in our world. The sky is too different. We're on another star, I think. But who was that? Are we? Did we go back in time? Are we in Mordona before it was Mordona? I don't know what's happening. I am. Who are you?
Rare to meet someone out here who's not a peddler themselves. What brings you into the wilds this time of night?
I was transported here by the call. Can you explain to me what's going on with the sky? It's by its day. What do you mean night? It's this time of night, but it's by its day.
Well, if it ain't the oldest joke in the book. Me granddad, God's rest his soul, used to tell that one to the barman at kicking out time. And when, pray tell, did we last have a dark night? You rotten old drunk, you, he'd reply.
Yeah.
Okay. So, is this the star being destroyed,
Over
maybe?
100 bleeding years ago. That's when.
Never mind. Not in our world anymore. That's for certain.
You got that look down to a T. I'd almost think you meant it.
I do. I have no idea where I am, mate.
Ah, got to you, did they? Poor beggar. That explains it then.
Explains what? Yeah, no. The warrior of light does not drink. I mean, maybe he does. I don't know. Not my Zigbar.
Well, I've roads to travel and wares to sell, but you'd best hurry along to the town nearby.
Yeah.
Just head east through the trees and aim for the Shining Tower. You'll find the place soon enough. 'Tis the biggest settlement for malms around.
The Shining Tower.
Go on now, friend. They'll take good care of you in the Crystarium.
Aquarium. I don't know if we're in the past or we're on another star. This area is beautiful, though. I mean, holy shit. It didn't do cutscenes for playing series, but it feels like it should have. This is a really long cutscene. Oh, the music! The music!
To dizzying heights it rises. The gleaming spire. Its tip threatening to pierce the blinding canopy.
Are we in Mordona? But
There, it will all begin anew. Between dark and light. The pure and the corrupt. The one true struggle.
okay. What a beginning! Fucking hell! That is the hook and a half. It was already hooking me, but now they've pulled like fully on this area. What even? I need a minute. I need a minute to comprehend what is even happening right now. What the fuck is this place? Oh, I'm crying. I'm generally crying. What the fuck? How does it do it? Shadowbringers is like, hello, we're gonna like devastate you in the first 2 seconds and be like, hello, welcome to this beautiful new place with giant crystal tower and the sky just like melting away. It's apparently night. Okay. Fuck. I can't even like comprehend this. I need a minute. Oh fuck. Music is beautiful too. I mean, I guess we'll just make our way down to where we need to. I can't use my mount. Can I leave? Am I stuck here? What? What do you mean? What do you even mean? No. Oh, I can travel out here. I'm not gonna do it, but I don't understand. I don't understand. Look how big this place is. I am like generally like getting emotionally sad from this. I don't know how you're doing this, Shadowbringers. This area is gorgeous. I'm just like, no one else is on right now, but I don't know where I am. I don't know what's going on. Well, let's make our way over here. Maybe my friends are here too. Is this a city, like the city state we're gonna start in? Because this here is definitely the Crystal Tower, right? I would assume so, like. But if that's the case, how are we here? Are we back in time? Is this time travel? Are you gonna answer my questions, guys at the gate?
Halt.
Oh. Oh, it's a bunny. Hi.
Every face in this city I know. Yours, I do not.
Well, be prepared to make a new friend.
This is the threshold of the Crystarium, stranger, and I am its gatekeeper. If you would enter, you will answer my questions.
I love questions.
From where do you hail?
Gridania. Ah, that's cool. Yeah, I do actually hail from Gridania. The source? No. The source. The source. No, Gridania. Where I come from?
Do you take me for a fool? No such place exists. Had you given me an honest answer, I would not have barred your way. We care little here for a person's place of origin. But instead, you chose concealment. And I will not suffer you to
That is where I come from, though. I don't know where I am. Oh, you're a dancer! Oh! Okay. What? It dropped the
That one had
crystal.
eaten. It must have gulped down the whole hand. Ring and all.
Interesting. Oh! Oh no! The guy he was eating! He just wanted to give me a drink! What a poor lad!
Everything all right, Captain?
Who is this? Oh. Wow. Well, we know who you are.
Quite all right, my lord. Just a stray sin eater, and a weak one at that.
I see. Weak or not, we should be on the lookout for more.
Yeah?
But I see you've met my guest. I will escort him to the Crystarium
Okay,
myself,
so you do know who I am.
if you've no objections.
Another of your mysterious friends, is it? I should have known.
Another? Oh my god, they are here! Oh!
Very well. I'll inform the others your guest is to be given the run of the city.
Yes, please. I would like to explore your city.
Pray forgive my less than cordial welcome. May the rest of your stay with us be a pleasant one.
Hope so. I am a Reaper right now, but don't hold that against me.
Come with me. I will answer whatever questions you have when we are somewhere more private.
Thank you, because I've got about 50,000 questions. 50,001 now, actually. Maybe 2. You just need to explain to me where the fuck we are. Okay, you kind of did call me here.
Right then. Before we plunge into the wheres and wherefores, let me first thank you for answering my summons.
I mean, I had no choice. You're one of those like spam callers. Like,
I had
please
intended
respond
to
to
bring you
me.
directly to my personal quarters, but I fear my aim was slightly off. That you were still able to make the crossing unharmed is a great relief. And so, we come to the question of where. The realm in which you now find yourself belongs to one of the 13 reflections, or shards. The first, to be precise, even if its inhabitants are largely oblivious to the fact.
Reflection?
As to wherefore, having been awarded the rather grandiose title of Crystal Exarch, I, in my capacity as caretaker of the Crystarium, thought to seek the aid of you and your companions.
Okay, but what do you mean the third? We kind of know about the 13 worlds. We know they're going to be destroyed through calamity events. Is this the world where the Warrior of Darkness is from then? I would assume so, right? And what's that crystal tower mean? You have a silence here. Do you have any idea how much trouble you've caused? Okay, I want my silence. Is Thancred alive? Is Alisaie alive?
That is a question with no simple answer. But all shall be explained in due course, I promise.
Oh no, was your aim even worse off for them, I'm assuming?
Let us begin with the glaring skies up above.
Yeah, can you explain to me what that is, please?
Here in the first, the world has been all but consumed by primordial light. It began a century ago, by this realm's reckoning. A luminous flood swallowing everything in its path. More than 9/10 of this star was lost.
Oh, damn.
And the fortunate few who survived are hounded by abominations born of that catastrophe even now. Sin Eaters, we call them. The creature you saw earlier was one such monstrosity. It was to save the first from this menace that I learned to bridge the rift between worlds. That I might call upon the aid of the greatest of heroes.
Why didn't you call upon Lys then? Or Estinian? Or me? Oh, I guess he did call upon me.
The world of its champion, I had to try. For in saving the first, you would bring salvation to the source.
Which you still need to explain, because I barely know anything about the source. I need to know what that is.
But what manner of host harangues his guests in the middle of the road? Let us continue our talk within the Crystarium.
I'm glad he's answering our questions, though. It's very un-story-esque for him to just tell us what is going on exactly. I like that. It tells us that they've still got a lot more they're hiding, and that these basic questions are only the start. And this place is gorgeous looking. Look at that! I want to go there, please. I think we are going there. I did not fucking bet this. Well, it's gonna pan around, it's gonna be beautiful, isn't it?
Such a proud and vibrant city. The sole sanctuary for the living in a world all but resigned to oblivion. Each stone was laid with hope. The town itself a symbol. A monument to defiance in the face of death.
That's nice.
No would-be hero could fail to answer its call. For who among us does not yearn for salvation?
Is that? Yeah, it is. Crystarium. I know what that is. I've seen that a number of times from people. Well, here we are. I mean, goddamn, look how cool that looks. Hold on. Got the music. Yeah, it's got the main theme in it. And here we are. Welcome, my friend, to the Crystarium. Welcome indeed, our Shadowbringers and White Oak Weapon Coffer. Interesting. Let's have a look what that is. Is it a new weapon? Oh, it is. What does it look like? Is it exactly the same? I think it might be. Yeah, it is. It's exactly the same as the one I've got right now. Well, it was very thoughtful of you of giving me that, but I've already got it, so oh well. Oh, yeah, there's another one. Okay, I will actually change class to that, I think. The City of the First. The Crystal Exile has a request for you. Now a full and frank discussion in the piracy of our study would seem to be in order. But I think our conversation will be more meaningful were you to first gain a firmer grasp of the situation here. To that end, I would like you to visit a few of the Mysterium's specific leaders and glean something of this world and this predicament. Yeah, sure, I'll just get on that. As you can see, this path will take you directly to the Aetheryte, a convenience with which I am sure you are only too familiar. Would that allow me to go back to my old world? Being the rightful object of my summoning spell, you should, in theory, be able to reach all the way back along your 8-foot trail and find a connection in the source, believe it or not. I strongly suggest you complete this attunement before venturing any further. Oh, just fanning around a little more. After you have done so, walk up the steps next to the Aetheryte and head out to the left to arrive in the Crystalline Mean. This is where you'll find our collective of crafters and gatherers, as well as their spokeswoman, Catlis, one of the people I should like you to meet. Another is mine. To reach him in this cavern of curiosity, you'll want to avoid the aforementioned steps. Take the exit on the left and simply continue along down until you come to a large doors at the end of the path. The third and final person I'd like you to meet is Bragi, our man in charge of trade and distribution. He is to be found in the markets, which you can access from the opposite side of the Aetheryte Plaza. Okay. In seeking out each of my colleagues, you'll visit the major districts of the city and hopefully gain a feel for the place. I trust my directions were simple enough. Yeah, I like that. Crystal clear. Haha, very good. I concede the layout of the Crystarium owes more to historic necessity than planning, but I'm sure you'll learn its twists and turns before long. In all honesty, the true challenge may be in finding the right way to approach your citizens. As you have discovered during your encounter with the Captain, the people of this world are unaware of the existence of other stars and will struggle to accept the truth of your origin. That being the case, when they ask whence you hail, as they inevitably will, I suggest you claim to share homeland with the Crystal Exarch. There is an unspoken truth here about peering too deeply into that particular mystery. When you finish making the rounds, maybe in the large courtyard at the centre of town. Cool then. Okay, I'll see you later. We got a city to explore. And a lot of people to meet. Oh, baby. Oh my god. Ah, I think this isn't the main city of Shadowbringers, but it's like the Valgus Reach-esque place. But either way, god damn, this is beautiful. I am attuning, don't worry, game. Yeah, it's very, very particular about me attuning as quickly as I can. Your connection to these energies is faint but stable and should allow teleportation to other Aetherites in the source. Yeah, hopefully. Oh, there's another person here. Hello! I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm very scared. Oh, okay, he's running around. This! Look at fucking this! What the fuck? Okay, Shadowbringers, okay. We're just going mental. I understand. My god, the music in this area. When I began this game, I expected some great stuff. Like I heard from Mel and the others that this game was really good and the story is excellent. I did not expect it to be this good. Like, this level of emotional storytelling, love, and design into a video game, and I'm just shocked. I'm just completely shocked. In a good way. This is fantastic. I mean, it's kind of cool because we're not in Eorzea anymore. It's going to be a whole other story here, and hopefully the Warriors of Darkness will also be involved in some capacity. I assume so. Anyway, yeah, we're going to be talking to Catless. Hello there. Is that an Allegan node over there? What the fuck? Rare to see a place so well stocked with goods, isn't it? But not here. I'm going to guess you're new to our fair city. Well, for what it's worth, you've chosen a fine sanctuary. The Exarch can throw up a barrier if the Sin Eaters come knocking, so it's damn sight safer in here than it is out there. Safer and more civilized too. Thanks to us in the mean, we work together to procure materials and resources, and craft the goods which make city life possible. This is the place to visit if you need a coat mended or a kettle forged. Just don't go thinking it'll be handed to you on a plate like those old moron layabouts. Here in the Crystarium we work for a living. Though, I see you're no stranger to honest labour. You don't have that whiff of indolence about you like some folks I've met. Still, I can't quite pin down your profession. Where is it you're from? I'm from the same place the Exarch is. One of the Exarch's countrymen, you say? I see. Well then, I'll work twice as hard to make you feel welcome. Our city wouldn't even exist if it weren't for him, and any of his friends, and any friends of his is a friend of ours. Sure. It's really quite incredible when you think about it. They say his grand magic summoned the Crystal Tower into existence, pulled the whole thing out of thin air. It wasn't long before droves of refugees began congregating around its base, desperate for shelter after losing their home to the flood. And that's how the Crystarium began. At the Exarch's invitation, buildings started going up, and with the help of some curious relics brought forth from the tower, the place gradually expanded into the thriving metropolis you see today. The city has stood here for decades now, yet the eldest amongst us swears the Exarch looks exactly the same as he did back then. He is indeed a man of many mysteries, but for all his secrecy, he has never yet let us down. So if he and you wish to remain silent about your shared homeland, then the folk here will respect your wish for privacy. I am, however, more than a little curious to see any craft and talent you might be hiding. If you've already contributed on the front, be sure to come back and visit once you've had a chance to settle in. Just ask for Catless, and I'll find you a nice niche here in the Crystalline Mean. You can help us keep the cogs of the city greased and turning. Your exchange with Catless has taught you about the life in the Crystarium. And I do actually have a crafting quest, so I might come back later than you think, Catless. Or earlier than you think. Feel free to look around the workshops, but try not to distract the artisans. If they fall behind their quotas, then everyone suffers for it. I won't. I'll just question them a little bit. Yes, this is the facet of gathering, but we have our hands full at the moment. If you have a quest, you have to wait a while. Right, okay, what is this thing about, then? Bears! Okay. Understood. Don't get in its way. Okay, let's go find the next person, shall we? Before that, though, there was a crystal thing over here. Much as I say the sky is beautiful, yeah, I've got to kind of realize that that is the flood, and that's what's caused so many people to die in this star. So it's more so just a relic of kind of pain and stuff. But let's not think about it like that, shall we? Let's just get to our next location. You know, I was just looking at the map, and this looks very similar to Eorzea. Like, you got Limsa over here, you got Fanland down there, Mordona, and Ishgard up here. In fact, let's have a look. Let's compare them together, shall we? I mean, it makes sense too, considering, like, you know, that Norvund is like the same place but a different star. So I guess Mordona here. This would be where Mordona is, but Yeah, interesting. Look at all the Amalja here too. Yeah, that's another crystal attuned to. Can I talk to one of them or not? Here we go. Hello! You are a visitor to the Crystarium? Feel free to wander the rookery, but keep an eye on the Amaro. Some of them bite. Oh, dude. Nuts. What? You mean nuts, board? What is this? Sorry, Sinner, but my services are reserved for members of Clan Nutsy. In order to be eligible for the quest Nuts You must have met the following requirements. You have completed the side quest Elite and Dangerous. You have completed the main scenario Travelers of Norvan. How do you pronounce that? Is it Norvan? Navant? Navant? I don't know. After asking the Discord. Gods, what do you look at them? Not a hard enough bastard in the whole lot. Gods. Well, here we are. We're going down now into this. Whoa! Into this beautiful looking area. This fucking game. There's nothing that's not beautiful anymore. Okay, another Aphite net. Or shard in this case. Good. Yes, might I help you find something? All the time stored in our shells, I understand that searching for any one in particular can be a daunting task. Please let me know if I can be of service. Oh, hello. I'm reading a passage from the Shoebill, a bird that they say is possessed of a singular and supremely regal air. I must say I'm finding it quite fascinating. Yeah, I'm looking for a Moran. Have you seen a Moran? Are they upstairs, maybe? Do you know where Moran is? I realise that it's amazing to see so much of mankind's knowledge in one place, but do not try to hurt your neck while taking it all in. I'd hate to have to send another person to Spagrix? Spagrix? Alright. Assuming you're up here then. No? Hello? The books on the shelves are free for any resident of the Crystarium to borrow. You need only put in a request. The basement archives, however, are restricted to all but authorized personnel. Okay. The lighting in here. Music is just going mental too, and I love it. I can't. This game is incredible so far. Oh my lord. Excuse me, sir. Are you recently come to the city, perchance? I'm quite familiar with our specific roles, you see, and, well... Yeah, I have. How does it do? What? I mean to ask, have you brought any books with you? Rumbled scroll, even? A scrap of scribbled on parchment? No. My apologies. Literature is something of an obsession of mine, as well as a profession. Librarian Moran at your service, and this humble collection is known as the Cabinet of Curiosity. As your powers of perception have likely informed you, my colleagues and I are responsible for creating all manner of tomes, documents, and other vehicles for the written word. As horrific as the loss of life and land wrought by the flood unquestionably was, the damage to recorded knowledge was no less catastrophic. We, few, do all we can to preserve what wisdom survived. But tell me, what brings you to the cabinet today? Looking for any title in particular? May I have a spot of academic research? I just came to talk to you about stuff. Oh, so you have an interest in modern history? Splendid! A thorough review of recent events can often yield novel perspectives. I quite agree. If you would prefer something visual to accompany the account, then I think I have an illustrative history book for children somewhere. Just a moment and I'll fetch it for you. Oh, really? Yeah, that'd be good to find out some history. And here we are. Would you like me to pull a chair? Make yourself more comfortable. Well, I'll know the lesson then. Oh, hello. Oh, here we go. Okay, we are going to get some background then. 100 years ago, or near enough not to matter, villains known as the Warrior of Light slew the Shadowkeeper, the Steward of Darkness. In the wake of this tainted deed, light began to pour into the world, as if from unseen cracks. It poured and swelled without cease, until the day an enormous, blinding wave rose up and swept across our star. Ah, so interesting. The Warrior of Light was the arbiter of evil here, but the Warrior of Darkness was the good person. We called this calamity the Flood of Light. Everything it touched was leached of life and vigor, leaving naught behind but a luminous wasteland. And that's just Eorzea, I guess, or in this case, Norvond. Yet, just when it seemed that all would be lost, a savior appeared before us. Is that Minfilia? The Oracle of Light, she stood twixt us and approaching doom, and by her power did she stay the flood. Thus was Norvond, and Norvond alone spared the fate of Eorzea. Tragedy would, however, arrive in another form. On the blasted emptiness descended horrors of strange and terrible aspect to bedevil the few folk who survived. These sin-eaters were light incarnate, and their fulgent presence stole the night from Zorvent's sky. Even now, they cycle the remaining bastions of civilization, ever on the hunt for us, even hungering for our own flesh. And first did the world become what it is? Should you ever wish to hear the tale again, I will be glad to retell it for you. Or, if you would rather, I could speak of other matters that too would be of my pleasure. I should be glad of the company. Your exchange of mine has told you about the flood of light. Yeah, it sure has. Oh well, I'll see you later, Oregon. The contents of a book may be immutable, yet depending upon one's perspective, the lessons one learns may be indeed different indeed. In other words, I am very much in favour of visiting a story one has already read. Read modern history. Splendid! Allow me to locate an appropriately eye-catching volume, and we shall commence your revision. Wait, is this going to just tell me the story again? Yeah, okay, never mind. I don't want to listen to this again. Alright, well, I guess we'll go find the final person then. I think I missed a crystal thing up here, so let's go quickly check that out, shall we? While we're here. Yeah, there it is. Went over there too, so let's go check that out as well while we're here. So I'm curious if they're gonna like reference Eorzea landmarks somehow. Like, go into like the Ishgard version of this world or something. That'd be kind of cool. Anyway, hello. Looking to procure yourself an ammo? Then I reckon you've come to the right place. 1 second if you would, and then we have it. I've added you to a register. Pray come back whenever you're in need of a mount. Oh, okay, I see. Not now then. Maybe sometime in the future. Now this looks like a market area. Are you Bragi? New to the city, friend. The spinning head and wide eyes give you away. Yeah, kinda. Welcome, my name is Bragi, and I'm the master of these markets. They gave the district another official title, but I'm not in the habit of using it. Too florid by half. In any case, our merchants took a stock a range of equipment for Dran, such as yourself. So, find yourself in your size shouldn't be a problem. You say, I'm sorry, did you say Dran? Actually, I'm an Ovar, yeah. Must be a Dalek I'm not familiar with. Oh, what are we pointing at? Let's see if we can straighten this out. See those two in front of us? The shorter one is a Humi, and the taller one is an elf. Oh. The sturdy individual over there is a Galgant, whilst the one with the horns is a Dran, like you. And you have seen the largely scaled chaps with long tails and a knack for raising livestock. Those would be the Zun. Oh, they've got all different names. That's going to be hard to remember. Which is apparently not the name you know them by. Now I'm curious to know which far-flung region you hail from. The same as the guy, yeah. Ah, the same as the Exarch, eh? Well, that explains it. You don't get much further flung than that. We've had a few of our lot pass through in recent years, and despite their obvious learning, they floundered over the simplest things. But not to worry, should you find yourself confused by our local languages or customs, I'll be here to answer your questions. Your exchange with Bragi has taught you about the people of the first. Yeah. We've learned some names, and I've already forgotten them. I didn't point it out earlier, but I'm sure you'll spot a Mr. or another Vonzo like me sooner rather than later. Even V's like Captain Lino aren't that unusual in this city. Aye, the Crystarium's long been a sanctuary for all manner of refugees, except maybe the dwarves. Those lot prefer to keep themselves to themselves, in my experience. Well, we know about the dwarfs, because I know they're one of the beast tribes in this, so yeah, I guess we'll find out later on. But I guess we'll go back to the Crystal Exile and find out our findings, shall we? Well, before that, let me go get the A-Fly here. I'll get both of them. You can kind of tell a difference between the city-state of the expansion and the Ralgus Reach-esque area. This is definitely the city-state because you can't use your mount. But the other one, I guess we will be able to use our mount and get our tombstone gear there. Interesting because in Stormblood it was the other way around, but in this we go to the city-state first, like in Heavensward. Oh, is that all of them? Oh, nice. We can go to the Lake Clan now, I guess. Oh, hello there. Well, how did you fare? Did my colleagues help you form a clear picture of this world and its people? Yeah. We got life in the Crystarium, an account of how the Exarch summoned the Crystal Tower and the city built by the refugees who sheltered there. An account of how the Warrior of Light caused the flood, which later led to the appearance of the Sun Eaters. And an account of how the races of the source are known by different names in the first. Yes, it seems you were treated to a most thorough introduction. I understand there was something of a chore, but 'twas necessary that you grasp these things before we proceed. As for the Crystal Tower's origin, you may have noticed the details were sparse. The structure is in fact the self-same one you know from the source, transported to the first in its entirety. It was my first attempt at breaching the boundaries between worlds, something of a trial run for your eventual crossing, and although I do not know which era I tore it from, I do know that its arrival served to set the wheels of fate in motion. Ah, we've got gear now. Well, let's have a look at this and see if it's worthwhile putting on for Reaper. Assuming it's not the same as the one I've already got on. I don't think it will be. Let's have a look, shall we? I mean, it's just a chest plate though. And it would kind of ruin the whole thing we're going for here. I could probably dye it. Make it look more Heavenswardy, or make it look more Stormbloody. Maybe. But will that work with the rest of the outfit? I don't think it will. Okay, well, I appreciate the offer. That's very kind of you. Travelers of Norvan, the Crystal Exile is finally ready to discuss the masses of your comrades' whereabouts. Sounds like a good time, to be honest. You've done as I requested, and I have learned something of the world in which you find yourself. Now it's time I fulfill my half of the bargain and explained what has befallen your comrades. That is a conversation I would rather have in the privacy of my quarters. However, I must go on ahead to the tower and organize a few things, but I shall see that the guard knows to admit you. Tower's gate lies open then? Just like that then. Then Grahatia is... Who the fuck is Grahatia? Who? Grahatia. Is that... Yeah, that's redhead, cat lad. I am not familiar with the name. Is there something I should know? Yeah. Oh, there's someone trapped inside the Crystal Tower in my world. An extraordinary tale, but I'm afraid I found no such individual residing in the tower when it passed into my care. Mayhap we can visit the mystery another time. For now, I think it's best that we focus on the present. So I actually found out between recordings that you don't have to do Crystal Tower until the end of Shadowbringers. So I don't think the storyline is going to apply into this expansion, but maybe in Endwalker. I think we just needed to know that the Crystal Tower exists, and we already know that. I mean, it's in Mordona for a reason, and most people would have done the Crystal Tower by now. At least I would have hoped people would have, because it's very important to the story. Greetings, sir! The exile awaits you within! Oh, I look forward to meeting him. Hopefully finding one of my comrades because I missed them dearly. Oh, this is a nice place. How many stairs do we have to climb to get here, though? That's the question, isn't it? I like the music.
Welcome to the Ocular, my private study. We can speak here without fear of being overheard.
Well, I like it.
I have much to explain, but the truths which I must touch upon in doing so would cause only distress and confusion to the people of this world. Pray keep that in mind.
Yeah, some people kind of freaked out when they heard of me said I came from Gudania.
Now, I am sure you are desperate to know the fate of your fellow scions.
Yes, I am very desperate. I need to know.
They are here in the first.
They're somewhere else, aren't they? We've got to find them one by one.
Their arrival, however, was not as recent as you may imagine. Here, time flows at a different pace from that of the source.
What? How long have they been here for?
In the space of a single hour in your home world, an entire year might pass in the first. And the reverse could also be
What?
true. The pace fluctuates without...
Oh, but Thancred!
And it cannot be predicted.
Thancred's been here since the longest out of all of us. Has he been here like years?
That
Oh,
said,
poor
we
lad.
seem to be entering a period of near equivalence.
Okay, that's good.
Thus, for the moment, you need not overly concern yourself with the passage of time.
Well, that's good to know, but I hope Thancred isn't like an old man now. Oh, it's been so long, Zigbar!
Yustola and Urianger have dwelled here for 3 winters, all told. While
3
Thancred
years?!
5.
Oh my god! How long have you been trying to call me for? I feel bad for you, to be honest. No!
Even our more recent arrivals, Alphino and Alize, have lived...
At least they arrived close together. You know where they are?
My intention had been to summon only you, but the art of reaching across worlds has proven exceedingly difficult to master. Thus it was that my fumbling hand closed upon those to whom your fate is most closely bound as well. As they were not the object of my summons, their transference was incomplete. Though they may appear to possess corporeal bodies, they are in truth merely spirits that one can see and touch. Consequently, while you yourself will be able to pass between worlds with relative freedom, they will not. Much as it grieves me, they are stranded here. unable to return.
Dude, what have you done? Like, the poor Scions. They've been. I feel so bad for Fanquid. Like, at least Tola and Oyonji had each other, but Fanquid was stuck here with no friends, no one who he could rely on or lean on for 2 years. Oh my god. And find a way to send them back. What have they been doing all this time? Yeah, I think that's a better question.
We spent every waking hour searching for a way to reverse the summoning. In the beginning, at least. As you may have surmised, however, our efforts met with little success. And then we all but abandoned the endeavor once Urianger shared with us the vision he had witnessed during his journey through the rift. In that chaotic no-man's land between realms, time and space warp and blend in unexpected
Yeah, I saw the
ways.
Warrior of Darkness.
What Urianger saw was the future. That which would one day come to pass. In his vision of tomorrow, the first was rejoined with the source.
Okay.
This collision of worlds brought about the 8th umbral calamity and the deaths of countless multitudes.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Amongst those who perished, Urianger clearly saw the fall of the Scion's mightiest champion. He watched you die.
Wouldn't let that happen anyway, so... yeah.
And thus did the Scions embrace their exile, and began searching this world.
Of course they would.
means to
They are
forestall the
Scions after
coming
all.
catastrophe in yours.
They only care about saving people. The selfless
Their
bastards.
souls are stranded in the first, yes, but they have fought on, desperate to save their home and you from destruction. Nor have their efforts been in vain, for it was they who finally established that the elimination of the Sin Eaters will indeed serve to prevent the calamity. Considering these circumstances of our meeting, you would be forgiven for doubting my version of events. And so, before all else, I would suggest you track down your comrades and hear the tale from their lips. I shall of course be happy to assist in these reunions.
And they wouldn't be
and
here, would they?
You need not make any decisions regarding your involvement until you are certain of where you stand.
He's been trying to call us on Zoom for the last 5 years.
Well, I promise I will not rest until I have found a way to help your friends return home.
You seem trustworthy, to be honest, so... oh, yeah. I'll go along with your plan.
What say you? Have I earned your trust for the moment, at least?
You haven't really done anything to countermine me, but I can't believe they've been here for 5 years. At most 5 years. For the moment, but I'll see you keep that promise. For want of a better... yeah, I like the second one. Better keep that promise, mate. They deserve it. Like, I've only been here just now, but they deserve that.
Excellent. You will not regret this. With that settled, we shall have to see about getting you ready for the road. Traveling across the rift has no doubt left you weary. I will arrange for a room where you might rest in comfort.
Okay.
While it's being prepared, perhaps I can show you around.
A personal tour from the Crystal Exarch himself. I've been blessed. Already had a little look around on my own time with some buddies in the FC, but it'd be nice to have an actual like tour and again, like some definitions down. The Crystarium boasts a number of residential districts, but I have been informed that a room has become available at Dependence, which, as it turns out, is perfect. Our path there will take us past the markets, and I was hoping to give you my own introduction to their wares. Come along. Is this the room of that travelling merchant who got eaten, I wonder? Yeah, he just recently died, so we're gonna let you take his room. Well, that sounds wonderful. Alright, well, I'll see you there. This isn't Dependence, mate. Dependence are over here. I mean, it's close enough. I see your match carrying is also not entirely accurate sometimes. Ping plong.
This is the Musica Universalis, the commercial
What a
heart of the
name.
Crystarium. What you might need to prepare for your journeys can be purchased here.
Nice. Bits and bobs. Some thingamajigs. What's it?
Ah, yes. You must be curious about the currency. Fear not. The gil you carry will serve you well enough.
Ah, okay. Okay. I was wondering if they were going to be using gil currency here.
Each nation once minted its own coins, but 'twas all a jumbled mess following the flood. After much debate, the local merchants eventually elected to revert to the old ways, wherein a coin's value was decided by the worth of its metal. As for a unit of measurement, we agreed upon the term gil, a word borrowed from coins uncovered within the Crystal Tower here. And as our traders peddled their wares across the land, so too did our usage of gil become common practice.
Okay, I'm glad we explained that.
What your stola tells me, a standard coin from the source equates to exactly 1 gil here, or near enough not to matter.
God damn it, we could have like gone a bargain out of it and had it like so that our coin was actually worth more. I know we can get stuff cheaper here. Oh well.
Our way of life has benefited greatly from the artifacts we recovered from the tower, some of which may be familiar to you.
Oh, the Allegan nodes. Ah, look! Tombstones! I know about tombstones. Oh my god, this wait, what? The fuck are those? No, they got iPhones here?
But I fear it would not be practical for us to provide everything to which you are accustomed. You shall need a means to access the commodities of your homeworld. Avan Kerm Sin?
What, you right, mate?
Yes, I'm here. Of course I'm here. What amusements do you have for me today?
What the fuck? Oh, it's a fairy. What the fuck?
My dear Feo Ul, paragon of
Oh,
the Pixie
Pixies.
kind. For you, I have the most vital task. This fine gentleman is a friend from a distant realm,
I am.
and we have need of a means to ferry things back and forth from his home.
Oh, is this like a summoning bell thing? Rose Flower can't come here. What? No.
You came from beyond, didn't you? From beyond the rift?
Yeah, I did.
How wonderfully exciting! What a brave and reckless and marvelous thing you did! You've the heart of a pixie, you do.
I don't know about that.
Consideration, I have decided to grant you my assistance. Make a pact with me and the fun can begin.
I don't know about that. No!
But answer me this, traveler. Did your garments come with you when you crossed over? Your teeth?
I
your
hope so.
nails?
I'm coming about teeth.
Just as I thought! Then you've a good stout connection with your home through which all your belongings, great and small, may easily pass.
Nice! I have like Amazon delivery now, that's good.
From this moment forth I will be your Isne Fis, and you my Snay Yak. Like the
My
branch
Snay
which
Yak.
sprouts from the sapling, our bond will flow unbroken from one to the other.
Okay.
Raise your hand.
Oh, okay. There you go. There we go. Just give me a twinkly thing. Oh!
'Tis done. We are bound now, dearest sapling. Come then. Make your request. Tell me your desire. I wish to visit this world of yours.
Alright. You will, but calm down.
Mayhap a message to your friends in the source to inform them of your safe arrival.
I've already done that. I did it on my own time. I went back and I said hello to Tataru. And I messaged to Tataru. I mean, I like Qual, but no.
Consider it done.
Well then. I like that there's more traditional Final Fantasy things
As
in
you
this
heard,
world.
That was Feo Ul of the Pixies. Their kind possess an affinity for magic akin to that of arcane beings. They rarely show themselves in populated areas, but Feo is insatiably curious even by Pixie standards, and seems to have taken a liking to the Crystarium.
Huh.
Right. We were going to organize a room for you, weren't we? Come along.
Yes, please. Would like accommodation. I feel like we're going to be here a while. As part of your pack of Theo Earl, you now have access to delivery Moogles, market balls, and summoning bells while under the first. Oh, there's no Moogles here. I didn't think about that. Oh, gonna miss Scoopo. Alright, let's make our way to Pendant, I guess. Ah, this is a nice looking place. Big old hotel area. Ah, there you are. I was just finalising the matter of your accommodation. You have a private room here at the Pendants for the duration of your stay, to make use of it as you can see fit. When you're ready to retire, the manager will show you to your lodgings. Pray rest and recuperate, and we shall reconvene in the Ocular anon. I believe that covers all the practical concerns. Hopefully. Thank you for answering my call, Zigbar. We are denied the comforting a blanket of night, but may peaceful dreams attend you nonetheless. Yeah, I guess it is. Might be night right now. What time is it actually? It's not night. It's 3 PM. A pleasure to meet you, sir, and welcome to your new home of dependence. Room is ready if you care to retire. Yeah, why not? Don't think I had a room in Kugane or Edelshire. Nice. Music is sad. Yes, look out the foggy window. Oh, never mind. We get another late title card. Shadowbringers. Our friends are gone. At least we can go back though. You. Whomst? Oh, it's the Warrior of Darkness, I think, right? Ah! Jesus Christ, you.
You're the Warrior of Light from the Source.
Yeah. The Warrior of Darkness. We know about him. He went back to this world.
Did you just... You can hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, gods, how long has it been? That was what I called myself in your world. The Warrior of Darkness.
Not that anymore?
My real name is Ardbert.
Oh.
I used an alias in the Source. A daft one, looking back. If you recall my tale, it was my comrades and I who caused the flood. We thought our home doomed. And so we listened to the Ascians. Let them guide us to the Source, and tried to hasten their goddamned ardor.
That is lucky we didn't do that, isn't it? Ophelia came and stopped you.
Fell, defeated by you and yours. I remember our audience with Minfilia. How she listened to our pleas and returned our souls to the First. The flood was poised to swallow Norvrant.
Norvrant. Yeah, that's how you pronounced it.
Minfilia and my friends, they surrendered what little they had left to hold it back. Just faded away, leaving me to bear witness.
On. Even Minfilia.
Tell me, do you know the year? How much time has passed since we caused the flood?
No. Do I? Do I know? Quite a while.
100 years. 100 long years.
What, you just been a ghost, like just floating around here, not been able to interact or anything, I guess? Yeah. Oh, you just click for it.
My hands find no purchase. My gestures catch no eye, and my pleas, be they whispered or screamed, reach not a single ear.
Let me.
I am a shade, cursed to do naught but drift.
That's quite a horrible fate.
I feel as if I've been walking forever. I hardly noticed when my mind and body began to fray at the edges. Then bang! My senses were sharp again. I felt like a fish being reeled in, and before I knew it, I found myself in this room. Why is it that you can see me? What are you even doing here, come to that?
I've come to save your world. Well, at least stop our world submerging. Kinda. It's hard to explain.
You were summoned to save the first.
That about explains it.
A waste of time. This world is beyond saving. Like those who try to save it.
Well, it's also about saving our world, because if we don't save this one, it'll collide with ours, and it'll cause the 8th unborn calamity, so we kind of have to do it anyway.
Muddled as my mind may be, I've not forgotten that. But if fate has brought me to you, the one person in this God's forsaken world who can see and hear me, then perhaps there is a reason I endured. If I can find out why I was left behind, then maybe I can bring this journey of mine to an end.
Yeah. An end walker. Perhaps.
Well, I'll be watching, Warrior of Light. But do me a favor. Be careful out there. This world has had its fill of heroes.
Guess we'll find out, won't we? That was a good sleep. I like how my character sleeps in full clothing and doesn't even bring the sheets up. Ugh. It's a very nice lodging. Alright, well, now back to work. Let's go find the Crystal Exarch, I guess. Try and find our friends. Oh, this is a very nice room. Picture worthy, definitely. So I thought you were the Warrior of Darkness, but you weren't. Oh, it's kind of along the same lines, but their voices are very dissimilar, I guess.
Ah, how did you find your new quarters? I trust you were able to rest.
It was a good rest. I had a ghostly visitor. Yeah, we should probably tell you about that.
I was not aware the room was haunted, and you were rather tired. Well, should you receive another visitation, be sure to let me know.
I don't think we worded it very well, did we?
Now, let us return to the subject of the Scion's whereabouts. This map shows the lands of Norvrand, the only area to be spared the Flood of Light.
Looks familiar.
The Crystarium is here, in the region known as Lakeland. To the north is the fairy kingdom of Ilmeg. That is where you'll find Urianger.
Also where Ishgard would have been.
To the east lies the once prosperous civilization of Rak-Tika. Your Stola is stationed there, in the heart of the forest. Alas, neither location can be reached without considerable difficulty.
Oh.
As such, I would suggest you first seek out one of the twins, each of whom is stationed but a short flight from the Crystarium.
I want to find Alice. I like Alphino too, but I want to find Alice. Oh.
Alphino is on Calusia, an island off the western shore. It is home to a city called Yulmore, where the rich and privileged while away their days in idleness. For his part in furthering our cause, Alphino journeyed there to meet with the citizenry and forge alliances. From what I hear, he has since kept himself busy gathering information around the main settlement. Alize, meanwhile, traveled south to the arid wastes of Armarang. They lie upon the very edge of the inhabitable world, where the flood of light was halted.
That's cool.
Those who dwell there live in constant fear of attack by the Sinister.
That's less cool.
In contrast to her brother, Alize felt that her energies would better be spent learning about the enemy, and thus she sells her services as a guard, both to hone her skills and gather information on our foe.
You're forgetting one person. Forgetting Fanquid. And what about Fanquid?
So, will it be Calicia or Armarang? It matters not which you choose to visit first. Simply inform me once you have made your decision.
Oh.
And I will see to it that you are provided with a suitable mount.
Interesting. I actually get to choose?
Must be
Yeah.
Tancred. He has taken up with a new companion, and is presently engaged as a wandering hunter of sin-eaters. Being ever on the move, his whereabouts are often difficult to ascertain, but I am certain your paths will cross ere long.
Hope so. I'll see my buddy. My fan daddy. Alright then, I guess we get to choose where we go to. That's kind of cool. Oh, well, you know what I might do? Hold on. We'll do this way. Okay, give me a second. Alright, we'll do this. YouTube. If it lands on tails, we find Alice. If it lands on heads, we'll look for Alphino. You ready? Here we go. Tails! Okay, we're gonna go look for Alice. Nice, okay. It is part of Amarang. Alice will be overjoyed to see you safe. I know she is particularly concerned for your well-being. She, impressed upon me how regrettable the timing of her summoning was, repeatedly. She was kind of thrown out of it at the worst possible time. I only hope that my part in sending you to her will garner me some measure of forgiveness. Here, this is a letter of introduction addressed to a man named Kazat, the master of a merchant caravan. There are a few who know the way of the desert as well as he does. Find him at a Yamo lunch, and we will see that you reach your destination. Alright. Well, I think we'll end part 1 of Shadowbringers there. I'm going to keep playing, and it'll be the next recording session, but I hope you enjoyed part 1. Arrival to the first. Right. Bye.